Right. So what is a contract? See, the term contract is defined under Section 2H of the Indian Contract Act 1872 as an
Mm.
agreement enforceable by law.
Law.
That's it. That's the definition of contract. An agreement which is enforceable by law. That's it. There is an agreement. This is enforceable by law. As simple as that. The contract consists of two essential elements, the agreement and the enforceability of law. Now, agreement, the term agreement is defined under the contract. The contract defines agreement as such. Every promises and every set of promises forming consideration for each other. What is it saying? Forming consideration for each other. What are forming consideration for each other? Promises. Right. So my promise to you is your consideration, and your promise is my consideration. So when
So,
two promises form considerations for each other, we then call this thing between us as agreement. Okay. Yeah. And what is this promise? This guy is saying that, see, Section 2 defines promise as when the person to whom the proposal is made signify his assent thereto, the proposal is said to be
accept
accepted.
that.
Proposal, when accepted, becomes promise. Deepak, when you come from your city, can you when you're coming from, what's your place, dog?
Um, Madurai near to.
Okay, when you're coming from near to Madurai, can
Yes.
you get me the temple's photo, the Ammavaru photo?
Okay, sir.
Yeah, right. So what did I just I offer? I propose something. Can you get me the photo, right? And once this proposal becomes accepted, what this has become a promise. Now
Yeah,
Deepak
promise.
has promised me that he'll get me that photo,
Yes, sir.
right? In the same way, if I am also promising him something in return, as in a consideration for what he is doing, that is also I'm also promising that if you get that, I'll give you this, right? So when these two promises form part of consideration, this becomes agreement. And what is a promise? A proposal, when gets accepted, becomes a promise, right?
Yeah.
So it all starts with someone wants something from the other, right? So when one proposal gets accepted, it becomes a promise, and you also promise me to give something in return, and then that becomes an agreement. And only if this is enforceable by law, this whole thing can convert into a contract.
Contract.
Got it?
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
The enforceability of law is only required to convert into a contract, right? But here I and Deepak have no we have no intention to create any contract, right? So to enter into a contract, that agreement should also be enforceable by law. But if you don't want to enter into a contract, that agreement need not be enforceable by law, right? Now,
So here's the legal relationship, right? Buyer and seller.
Yada, I'll tell you, don't worry.
Hmm.
As of now, you clear, right? Yeah. So the following points emerge from the above definition. When the person to whom the proposal is made, Deepak was the person to whom the proposal is made, right? So when
Yes, sir.
the person to whom the proposal is made signifies his assent on that proposal which is made to him, the proposal becomes accepted.
Accepted.
Accepted proposal becomes promise.
Promise.
Thus, we say that an agreement is the result of proposal made by one party to the other party, and that party gives his or her acceptance thereto, of course, for mutual consideration.
Consideration.
So that is an agreement, right? Mutual consideration of promises. So next time someone asks you what is an agreement, it is mutual consideration of promises. As simple as that. An agreement to become a contract must give rise to legal obligation, which means duly enforceable by law. Thus, from above definitions, it can be concluded that contract is nothing but accepted proposal or an agreement plus enforceability of law. So, what is the whole thing about enforceability of law? Anything, an agreement to become a contract must give rise to a legal obligation. First thing, what is an obligation now? Any of you? What do you think is an obligation?
So promise. What we
Okay.
promise to do.
Okay, if you don't do what you promised, what will happen?
Legal obligations.
Okay. What is obligation? So here now under this situation, we are all under on obligations to stay inside homes.
So it's like legal obligation means if we buy anything from anywhere,
No,
so
I'm just
they
asking what is
give that
obligation. I'm just
bill,
giving what
right?
I'm just giving what is I'm just asking what is obligation, not legal obligation. What is obligation?
Condition made by offerer or offeree.
Condition made by the offerer or offeree is the obligation. That's condition, no? That's not obligation, no?
Obligation. The
Obligation is the
duty
rest.
to do, so duty to perform.
Exactly, bro.
Sorry?
The duty or the responsibility one person has, right? That is the obligation. And if you don't do your duty, you'll have to pay for it. Pay for it in the sense you'll have to uh, take
Pay the
the.
damages.
Claim the
Yeah, exactly. So there's a saying like you'll have to pay for it. It means not technically money. You'll have to pay for anything that any damage that has caused to you.
Yeah.
Right. So that is an obligation. If you don't, obligation is you are required to perform. You don't have an option. That's an obligation, right? You don't have an option there. That's an obligation. Now, so any agreement that is giving rise to obligations of on both the parts, and that is a legal obligation. Means if you don't perform your obligation, I can go to the court of law and file a case against you that you
Yeah.
promised me to do that thing and now you did not perform that promise, and I have a legal right against you that you get that thing done. That's the whole reason I made a contract for, right? If not, if had I not made a contract, would you can I go to the court had I not made a contract between you and me?
no.
No,
No,
sir.
right. So that we make contracts to give right. The whole thing of making the contracts only is this part, because we don't know what the other person will do or not do. No, right. So that is why we are creating a legal obligation. If you don't do this, sir, you are abiding the law. No, you're not abiding by the law. Abiding means following. No,
Yes,
you're not
sir.
abiding by the law, right? That is a legal obligation. So any agreement giving rise to a legal obligation
That is
is a
contract.
lovely term. Okay. Further, Section 2H requires an agreement to be worthy of being enforceable by law before it is called contract. It's saying not every agreement can turn into a contract. Yeah, an agreement to be worthy be enforceable by contract. So when parties have made a binding contract, they created rights and obligations between themselves. I'll tell you what is the above thing. I'll tell you. We'll just keep it, rewind it. See this example. A agrees to B. A agrees with B to sell the car for 2 lakhs to B. So what is A agreeing with B to sell? So if I am A and Avinash is B, so if I am agreeing to sell this car to Avinash for 2 lakhs, here I am under an obligation to give the car to B, and Avinash has a right to receive the car on payment of 2 lakhs, right? And also Avinash is under an obligation to pay 2 lakhs, and I have a right to receive that 2 lakhs on delivery of the car,
Car.
right? So the law of contract deals with only such legal obligations which has resulted from agreements. Such obligations must be contractual in nature. However, some obligations are outside the purview of the law of contract. What's the first 2 points you see? So it seems so the law of contract deals with only such obligations which has resulted from agreement. Legal obligations won't arise out of every promise. It will only arise if that promise has converted into an obligation. If in the previous example where Deepak was supposed to get me that photo of that car, what if I do? Is it necessary I have to give him something? Do I have to pay him the bus charges?
No,
I
sir.
might I might actually have to pay him the God charges, right?
Yeah.
But that is out of love and all that I'll give you. Now, this is not worthy of creating a legal relationship. Why? Because we don't have an intention, man. Right? We don't have an intention to create a legal relationship. So only legal obligations will arise only in the time where you want to create that legal relationship. Got it? That's what the second point says. Such obligations must be contractual in nature. Only when you come into a real type of contract, then you want to go into, see, only because you want to get into a contract, that means you want to pose an obligation, a legal obligation on him. That's the whole story. Got it? Got it, guys?
Yes, so
Yes.